subscribe, like, comment, and hit the notification bell. Hey friends, how are y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brandy and I do all things food and weight loss. But today we're going to do a grocery haul, and then this afternoon and tomorrow we're also going to do a little bit of meal prep just to set me up for success throughout the week. I just shared a Trader Joe's haul, and to be 100% transparent, that was yesterday. But I'm already back to HEB. Trader Joe's, I get a lot of food that goes in my freezer and whatnot, so I still need to go grocery shopping. And we have a couple activities, like today we're going over to a friend's house, and then also I have a work meeting I'm preparing something for as well. So I have a little more than usual, but let me get it all unpacked. I got a couple totes filled up, and I'll get everything scanned in and share the points. Be right back. Okay, I feel like for me, this is a pretty big haul, and it cost $147, and that is with using a lot of coupons, which when I look at that, that should not be $147. I barely have any meat, but whatever, let's get to it. Okay, let's start down here with the cold stuff so I can get this put away. If you've been here a hot minute, you know my husband eats TV dinners for lunch most days of the week. These Banquet Mega Bowls are some of his favorite, and this one comes in at a whopping 14 points. However, I do not think that's right. I remember this one being like 26 points, so I may have made a mistake. Look to the screen to see if I made a mistake on this one. This one's new, but he loves chicken Alfredo, and it is only 9 points. Not bad for an Alfredo. 24 grams of protein, 340 calories. Hungry Man's. We don't buy these often, but they were on sale. He opted for the country fried steak. When I say sale, they were an amazing price. 16 grams of protein, 490 calories for 16 points. And then he got the riblets. He said he likes these, and 23 grams of protein and 23 points for 630 calories. And the last one, the beer battered chicken, also 630 calories, 28 grams of protein, and 26 points. So definitely not Weight Watchers friendly variety. Neither is this, but on the weekends, I love to have one of these. These are delicious, toaster strudel. I put them in the toaster. I haven't tried the air fryer, but it says it right there. One pastry is 8 points, which to me is a little steep because it's only like 175 calories, but whatever, Weight Watchers. I picked up some puff pastry. This is for the item I'm going to make for my work. Every month I make them a little treat, and I'm going to try to make these pigs or teddies in a blanket type thing. So we'll see how this goes. I really need to get this in the freezer. And then I picked these up for my husband. He loves creamsicle. I absolutely hate it. I don't have to worry about it. But I got these free by buying so many items of a brand. So they are only 5 points, 100 calories. So if you like creamsicle type flavors, this would be a good option for Weight Watchers. Also got some eggs. I am baking a casserole, so I'll use a dozen of these eggs in that casserole for our meal prep. You'll see that in this video. Now we'll focus on this end so I can also get the dairy put away. But I got my Starbucks dark roast iced coffee. You know I love this. I drink it pretty much every morning. My husband and I both like the Fairlife milk. You get, the coffee is 0 points. Sorry about that. And then this Fairlife has extra protein than normal milk, but it's still 6 points per cup. My husband switched over to this and really, really enjoys it. I picked up some light sour cream. This will be used in one of my meals this week, but also I was just going low, and I like to keep this in the refrigerator. I use it for meals and then just for a topping. I'm not one of the people who can replace light sour cream with Greek yogurt. I hate Greek yogurt. Also picked up a replacement light mayonnaise because it was on sale, but this is 1 point per the serving. Light sour cream is 2 points per the serving, but actually they're equal because this is 2 tablespoons for a serving and this is 1. This is something new to me that I've been wanting to try. These are coffee topper cold foams. I got the very vanilla. Luckily there was a coupon, but this is still 3 points for a third of a cup. I've never used it, so I'm not sure if you need that whole serving or what. But that is only 45 calories, so we'll see. I doubt I can charge myself 3 points for that, but I'm excited to try it out. Also in dairy, I got some cottage cheese. I thought this one was the fat-free one that would be 0 points, but it's scanned for points. Not sure how I feel about that because I would have just gotten my Good Culture one if I knew I was going to have to count points. But whatever. This is going to go into my breakfast casserole just to bulk up the protein and add some creaminess. Okay, let's knock out the other two refrigerated things. I got center cut bacon. This is 2 points per the serving of 2 pieces. I'm not like love with Oscar Mayer bacon, but the bacon section was so crazy today, and I just know the points on this one. So I just went ahead and grabbed it. It's going to go into my breakfast prep for breakfast. And then I also picked up me some roasted turkey breast from the deli section for 0 points because I planned to have sandwiches this week. And so I figured I'd treat myself to a nicer lunch meat. Look how full my deli drawer is. I got a lot of cheeses and a lot of meats going on, but you'll see a lot of this to come. Okay, let's finish it up. Last week a couple weeks ago, I got Like Air for the first time, and I got the pancake flavor. It's still on sale, so I was dying to try this cinnamon bun. Can't wait to give that a go. I haven't had Fiber One items in a really, really long time. My favorite is the chocolate chip cookie, but they were out of that. So I picked up the brownie and the soft bake cinnamon coffee cake. These are both 2 points. A great little snack. And they had a great coupon, so that's why I restocked on these. I kind of burnt myself out, but back loving them. Okay, not as good on Weight Watchers as these Biscoff cookies. We have never tried these with the chocolate on the bottom, so this is a little surprise for my husband. There's 6 points for 3 of them, and apparently they're packaged in groups of 3 already. When we got these, because it was by the cookies, you get the crackers for free, or vice versa, one of the others. And we always love crackers around here. I ate a lot of snack plates and whatnot, so always looking for crackers. And these are 4 points per the serving of 5 crackers, so not the best, not the worst, but you know, it's good to treat yourself every now and again. I picked up a can of green beans just to have on hand. These are 0 points. I like green beans. We're going to do on the menu is an enchilada bake using the chicken I picked up from Trader Joe's yesterday. It already has like a salsa verde sauce, so not sure if I need this, but just picked it up just in case. And I think it's 0 points. If not, it's 1 point. I've used it a while ago and I forgot to scan it. I apologize. I'm out of croutons, so picked up croutons. The New York Texas toast are my favorite, any of the flavors. They're 1 point for 1 tablespoon. I like to crunch them up so they're like smaller. I wish this brand made mini. The only other brands I've found in mini, I just don't like. Picked up 3 Knorr rice packs. And that's because they had a coupon on this brand. This is the brand that I got the free dreamsicles. So we like the mushroom one. We had this not too long ago. Pretty good. It's like one of my favorites. Then my husband really likes Spanish or taco rice. So I also got 1 of each of those for him. They're just a quick and easy, cheap side. And it's 7 points for the cup. I love making this spinach dip using these. I haven't done it in a while, but since it was on that same coupon, I went ahead and grabbed it. And it's 1 point for the serving. Got a few little snack things, but these aren't for me. These are for, like I said, I'm making my coworkers the little like bears in bed or whatever. So rather than buying Teddy Grahams, I bought these because this whole box was only 99 cents. But you got chocolate and honey bears. So I figured that was fun anyways. I just don't know what size they are. So hopefully they're not too little. Picked up some Hershey bars for that activity too, or that little sweet treat. And then just 2 mini packs of marshmallows. I didn't want to be stuck with a lot of marshmallows. And those were like 2 for $1. So that'll be fun to do. I'll show you how that ends up. I hope it ends up well. My husband likes these drink additives. I haven't tried them much, but strawberry watermelon sounds delicious. And they are 0 points each. So figured I would give these a go. I got mango, peach, and strawberry watermelon. He also flavors his coffee with stevia, so we picked up the stevia for him, 0 points. And the rest of my order is all produce. So let's go through this really quickly and make sure I get everything. Mini cucumbers. I just snack on these. I'm eating sandwiches this week, so instead of chips for my crunch, I'll cut up and eat cucumbers. Love these with cottage cheese as well. And I've been just eating them as my afternoon snack too. Strawberries were only 99 cents this week, so I got both of these. One of them I'm probably going to take to a friend's today for a fruit platter, and then the other one's for me. Got our weekly bananas. I eat about 2 a week. My husband eats one every day, so we got those 7 bananas. My husband likes a fruit you hold, so I got him these white nectarines. I had one last week, and they were really good, so I hope these are good. And I just realized, I don't know why. I should have bought him 2 more pieces of fruit, but I did not. The breakfast casserole is going to have tomatoes in it, so that's what these tomatoes are allocated for. Garlic. A couple of my meals this week needed garlic, so I went ahead and picked up a fresh bulb. Sometimes I'll use the ones I keep in the freezer, but fresh is always better if you ask me. Got this watermelon. I'm going to cut it and take it over to a friend's house. You'll see that today. Picked up this bag of onions. I don't know why my brain went foggy, but I love it because it's tricolor. You get white, yellow, and purple, and I love that they're small. They're a little more expensive than buying onions alone, but I don't mind. I enjoy that. Picked up me a cantaloupe. I love cantaloupe, and fun fact, I got this for free today. It was on sale for $1.48, and somehow they didn't charge me. I mean, like, it's on my receipt, but it says 0. Not sure how I did that. Like I said earlier this week for lunch, I'm eating sandwiches, and I'm going to make them like a fancy sandwich. So got real green leaf lettuce. One of our meals this week, this is going to be the side with farro. So get shishito peppers. I like these. They're not my favorite. I like other peppers better. Sometimes they can have like a tough exterior, and they're not hot at all. But that's what the recipe called for, so that's what we're going to use. I got me one salad kit. Not totally sure when we're going to use this. I'm either going to use it as a side to my lunches, or I may even make it its lunch all on its own. Not sure about that. More fruit. Got me some fresh blueberries. These were a great price. I'm not sure if they're going to be my at-home blueberries or on the fruit tray. I got some black grapes. Again, great price. These are definitely going to be on the fruit tray I'm making tonight. Oh, I did get my husband more fruit. I forgot. Oh, yeah. I got these sangria plum clots. I thought these sounded cool. So sorry about that. I guess my husband just got home. But I forgot. I got him these sangria plum clots. So we'll see how those are. And I also got him some nectarines. These look nice and fresh. Here lately they hadn't been that fresh, so I was excited about those. And the last thing is mushrooms, which are going to go in the breakfast prep. And I'm using mushrooms in a meal. So even though I got mushrooms yesterday from Trader Joe's, I need a new thing of mushrooms. So to all my berries, I just add a splash of distilled vinegar and fill it with water and let them soak about 5 to 10 minutes. And I do not spin them in the colander. That would bruise them and, tear them up. So I just use it to strain them, and then I rinse them with more cold water at the end. So I'll let them soak in there for about 10 minutes. Every once in a while, I just give them a squish. I've already done the grapes and the strawberries, but the key is to lay them out to dry to get them before you store them in the refrigerator. So next up is to prep the watermelon. I usually buy littler ones, so I'm not used to cutting big ones like this, which even this isn't the biggest. So I Googled it. I'm trying to make it in chunks. Not chunks, into triangles. So it said to cut off the ends. My donkeys behind me are gonna love having this for a treat. And then it said to cut it in half. Hope my knife is big enough. It's cracking. It's cracking before you cut it. I don't think that's good. It cracked. Look, it all cracked. The whole thing is cracked all the way around. What does that mean? I don't know. We'll see. I hope it's not rotted inside or anything. I saw a video the other day when someone cut their watermelon from Walmart and it was foaming because it was like fermented inside. fine. Maybe it was just really ready to open. Smells delicious. Okay, and then the only other thing it said, whoopsie, was to cut it like this. This makes sense, right? And then you're gonna take it and just cut it into the triangles. Whoa, that was where it was cut, so that doesn't count. There we go. I'm gonna need a big tray. So I have totally run out of time to meal prep today, but I'll be back on tomorrow to do all my meal prep. But I did not give you the meal plan for the week. So the meal plan for the week for breakfast is to have this crushless quiche. It is bacon and mushroom. So gonna try that out tomorrow. You'll see that. For lunch, I'm just gonna do sandwiches on some sourdough bread I picked up from Trader Joe's. I'm gonna do half maybe like turkey burgers and half lunch meat. So that's my meal prep, and maybe a salad if I want it. But today is Saturday and we're actually heading to a friend's for a barbecue. I'm in charge of the fruit. So I'll show you the fruit trays once we're all ready to go. And then Sunday, we're gonna have some turkey burgers. I picked them up from Trader Joe's. They have like, I don't know, maybe roasted peppers in them. They're already made patties, and we're gonna have just sauteed kale and fries on the side. And then Monday we're gonna have shrimp lo mein, also from Trader Joe's, a freezer meal, just really simple, maybe a side of egg rolls or something like that. And then Tuesday I'm gonna make a chicken verde casserole. That'll be really easy, and then that'll also make leftovers. So we'll have that Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Thursday we're gonna have these pork chops with savory pan sauce. This is an Old Blue Apron meal. It has like a farro risotto with shishito peppers and mushrooms in it. Should be really good. So that'll be Thursday. Not sure if it'll have leftovers or not. And then Friday we're going to a friend's house. It's his birthday and he's having like a pool party after work and stuff. So those are my meals for next week. And I'll be meal prepping the turkey patties and the quiche tomorrow, and then all of my lunches. Yes, they're just sandwiches, but I'm gonna go ahead and build them and put them together. And I'm gonna do some deviled eggs and maybe some snack boxes. We'll see, but see you tomorrow. So for my snack meal prep this week, I decided to do some deviled eggs for several reasons. One, they're quick and easy to make. Two, they're cheap. And three, they're a low point on WW. So the way I like to do mine is I just like to boil them for like 5 minutes, and then I put the lid on and turn them off and let them sit there another 5 minutes. I find that cooks them pretty perfectly. And then after that, I put them in an ice bath and let them sit there till all the ice melts. And then, like most of you, I struggle probably peeling off the shell. However, I did see a TikTok the other day that has a hack where you use a spoon, and I can't wait to try that out. These weren't too bad, but did struggle a little, but at least they stayed together and didn't rip all up. I've heard the trick is the ice bath. I've heard the trick is, how fresh your eggs are. To be honest, haven't totally figured it out yet. I think it's like a combo of both, because every time's not the same for me, even though I do them the same each way. But if you see the camera shaking, that is my robot vacuum, like trying to go where the tripod is. I apologize for that. So I just cut them all in half, and if you want to keep the outside of the egg clean, you can wipe off your knife in between times. I do that when I'm like serving these to guests, but it's just me, so I don't care how like pretty they look at the end. But then you just scoop out the middle, and I find I actually don't scoop it. I just try to like pop it out. That seems to work for me. So once you have all your yolks removed, and for me today, I did 6 eggs total for 12 halves. The next step is to make your inside, and I just season mine just really simply with salt and pepper. I really want the flavor of the egg to come through. And to mine, I like to add just plain mustard. Of course, you could use dill or any other type of Dijon mustard, anything you like. But I give it about a tablespoon of mustard, and then also about a tablespoon of light mayonnaise. I like more mayonnaise to mustard, but that's personal preference. And for my relish, I use dill pickle relish. I'm not a fan of sweet relish at all, but I know a lot of people are. I also add just a tiny bit of juice from the pickle relish jar. You can see all my juice is already almost empty from using it like this. Another ingredient I did not add today, but I typically always add it like 95% of the time, is grated onion. And I have to say, I really missed it on these batch. I was just being super lazy this day, but it is what it is. And then with the fork, just mash it all together. And at this point, I'll like kind of judge the consistency. And you see, I will add just a tad bit more mayonnaise for a little bit more creaminess. And now you'll just transfer your mixture into your eggs. And I swear, even though you added more ingredients, it always seems to me like at the end, like I don't have enough of the yolk middle part to add to all the eggs. I'm always like scraping the bowl. Does anyone else feel like that? But you just divide it best you can around the egg centers. And I will say, the way I made them, the only thing you have to count points for is the mayonnaise. And I didn't measure it, so I say if I eat one, there's 0 points, but I have more than one, then I count a point. And this final step is optional. It's mainly just for color. I don't really think it adds a lot of flavor, but I just sprinkle the tops of them with a little bit of paprika. All my grandmothers have always done this, my meemaw and my granny and my mom, so I just continue the tradition. But one trick I have for transporting deviled eggs, which these are going to just go to work with me tomorrow. But what I do is I take toothpicks and I stick it in some of the eggs. So that way when you put the saran wrap on top, it keeps it off the top of the eggs. Therefore, it doesn't stick as badly. So for breakfast this week, I'm making a crustless quiche. And the main ingredient is bacon, mushroom, and some more vegetables. So first things first, need to get this pack of bacon cooking, and I'm just gonna line this cookie sheet out with the bacon. Try to make it fit as best it can. I run out of room, but that's okay. And I just cook my bacon in a 400-degree oven for about 10 minutes. Then after 10 minutes, I keep checking on it, because bacon in the oven goes from like raw to done, I swear, in a matter of seconds. So that's the key to cooking bacon in the oven. So even though I'm not quite showing it in chronological order, while the bacon was cooking, I went ahead and prepped my vegetables for the casserole. I just diced up, what do I got, like 6 green onions in there. And I will do my somewhat best to keep the whites separate from the greens, because the whites will be used as part of the egg mixture, whereas the green parts will be used at garnish from the end. But once I get all these diced up, then I move on to my next vegetable, which is the tomato. And I just cut it in half and then core it, which means to remove the seeds from the center, and then just give it a small dice as well. I wish I had more than one Roma tomato, but I just didn't think to buy another one. It would have really been nice with 2. And then I have a large container, I think it was 16-ounce container of mushrooms, and they are already sliced. However, I wanted them diced, so I went ahead and ran my knife through those as well. For the eggs, the recipe called for 12 large eggs, and I didn't have large eggs. My eggs were more like medium, so I went ahead and did 16 eggs total, and this whole recipe comes out to 6 servings. So that's like 2.66 eggs per serving, which we like, because on Weight Watchers it's no more points, but yet it's a more volume meal, which I love to keep me full. So adding even more protein, the extra eggs helped out there, but I'm also adding some cottage cheese. This one is not fat-free. It does have 1% or 2% fat. Anyhow, it counts points. That was upsetting, but I'm doing 2 servings. I think I did 75 grams. Actually, that's only 1 serving, 75 grams. So it's 2 points used over the course of the entire recipe. Not bad at all. And I start off sauteing my mushrooms and the whites of my onions. I tried to keep the tomatoes and greens out as best as possible. And I just season this up with salt and pepper. I tend not to over season my simple food. I like the flavor of the food to come out, and find salt and pepper is the best way to do that. But don't think I under season my food. I promise you I don't. But just saute this just for a few minutes till it's nice and tender. In the meantime, while that's cooking to my left, I'm going to go ahead and dice up all my nice crispy bacon. That is a lot of bacon, but again, this is going to be on a few servings. Once the mushrooms and onions are cooked down a bit, then you add your tomato. The tomato just doesn't take enough time, as much time. That's why I add it later and then saute it before adding all the nice bacon. Now, once you stir this up all, just to combine it, you're not cooking anything at this point. So to the 9 by 13 grease Pyrex pan, I just add my egg mixture that had the cottage cheese, forgot my words there, in it. I did blend that with just a whisk really well. You can also use an immersion blender. Guess I forgot to turn on my camera for that part. But then here comes the good part, all my sauteed vegetables and that bacon. So add all that. You can tell this is going to be a really hearty casserole. And I stir it to combine just to evenly distribute everything. To the top, I just added 100 grams of 2 different cheeses. This one's light mozzarella from Trader Joe's. And then I also have the mixed Mexican cheese from Trader Joe's for 100 grams as well. And then I'll bake this in a 325-degree oven until the eggs are set. That's anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes. But just check the center, give it a little jiggle. They shouldn't move too much. I think mine took right around 37 minutes, but every time it can be a little different. Top it with the reserved green onions and it will be ready for breakfast. You could easily divide this in 8 servings, but we did 6. If you cut it into 6 servings, then it's 5 points per serving. But if you cut it into 8, then it's only 4 points per serving. I'll try to not bore you too much with my lunch prep because it is just sandwiches this week. But I'm doing what I always do to try to add some variety. And I'm using 2 different types of bread. I'm using sourdough bread that I got from Trader Joe's that's absolutely delicious, but it is higher point. So I'm not going to use 2 slices of bread per sandwich. I'm just going to use 1. And then I just also am making a sandwich out of Sara Lee 45-calorie bread. But to add the variety, also not just the bread, I'm adding different spreads. So a few of them will get my favorite Dusseldorf mustard. It's a German specialty mustard that I absolutely love. And then the other half will get just light mayonnaise. If you want to save some points, you definitely don't have to add cheese, but I find it just really makes a sandwich. So I added some light Swiss to all of mine. And then I'm just going to top them with a whole bunch of vegetables. I'm going to use green leaf lettuce, and I absolutely love this lettuce for sandwiches and burgers. This is also 0 point turkey lunch meat from the deli. I think it's boar's head if I can remember correctly. Not quite sure on that. But I add a lot of meat to my sandwiches, so I will be filled up throughout the day. And then on top of the meat, I'm just going to add my tomato, and I forgot to chop up my onion, so then I just dice up my red onion. Sorry, I didn't dice it up. I sliced up my red onion and added that as well. I personally think red onion is the star of most any sandwich. For the sides of my sandwich, I'm going to do my usual, a little bit of mini cucumbers and then some sliced red bell pepper. It is delicious, and look how wonderful that big sandwich looks. Yummy, yummy. I always get asked where I find my sandwich container boxes, and the 2 clear ones I got from Walmart, oh my goodness, probably like 6 years ago or so. Maybe not that long. I don't know, maybe 5 years ago. And then the blue one I just randomly found at TJ Maxx. But I absolutely love, because once you put that sandwich in that top portion and close it, it really is secure in there. And then I find I like putting my vegetables in one of the bottom. Oh, I'm having this portion for lunch today. Look how lovely. But I just put the cucumbers and peppers in the lower portion The two bottom portions are slightly different in size, and depending on what my sides are, I put veggies chopped up in one and then my fruit chopped up in the other. And today's fruit is the cantaloupe, watermelon, and blueberries. Nice fruit salad. So I eat a lot of these little sandwich boxes, and that's because they're cheap, they're easy, and it really takes the thought out of it when you're meal planning for weight loss. I don't get tired of it because I make them slightly different, and I prepare 3 a week. This is a super, super easy dinner that I've made several times, but it is my version of chicken verde casserole. And I like to add black bean and corns to bulk it up. And then also, I really like this green chili enchilada sauce from Old El Paso and a can of fire roasted chilies along with white corn tortillas and a little bit of Mexican cheese. Now, I am spraying my baking dish, but the key here to make this an easy dinner is to use pre-cooked chicken. In this case, I'm using the one I picked up from Trader Joe's, but you can also just use like a rotisserie chicken or one you've done in the crock pot. HEB also has a really good one. But I just spread just a little bit of the enchilada sauce on the bottom of the casserole. And then I'm going to take my white corn tortillas and make my base. This first layer I kind of screwed up. It's been a while since I made this, and I was like, this doesn't make sense. How am I going to make these fit? And then it dawned on me, I actually cut them in half and placed them like around the edge with the circle in, so I have a straight edge, if that makes sense. And then you just get to layering. There will be 3 layers total. I do corn and black beans with half the fire roasted peppers, and then another layer of the tortillas, and then I'll put all of my meat mixture here. So again, the key here is using a meat mixture that is store-bought, already cooked, or one you maybe have in your freezer or that you had made in the crock pot. But after you do a full layer of chicken, I go back and use the rest of my black bean and corn and green chilies. And then I do end it on the top with another layer of tortillas. But if you don't like green chilies or salsa verde, you could very well do this with like regular salsa, anyone you like, or a taco sauce would also work, and change the ingredients accordingly. But once I do the top, I just drizzle the rest of the Old El Paso green sauce all on the top and take my spoon and just make sure everything's covered. If it's not covered, it will burn like the tortilla in the oven rather than like getting soft like you want it to. And then I will just cover this tightly with foil again so everything cooks nicely and the top doesn't get too brown, and into a 400-degree oven. Not too terribly long, you're really just warming everything through. So after 20 minutes, I took off the foil, and that's when I added just a little bit of cheese to the top. Of course, you could skip out of this if you didn't want to use the points. The cheese only takes like another 2 minutes to melt, not long at all. Honestly, you probably don't even have to put it back in the oven, but I did. And this will be 4 servings for us. It's one of my husband's favorite meals. It's a hearty portion. And I absolutely love this Pampered Chef spatula that I have. Had this for a while, but if you're a fan of Pampered Chef, this is a great one. It's super, super sturdy. If you let this cool for longer, it is easier to get out of the pan, but I did not. I started scooping this immediately, so that's why everything's kind of coming out, but it eats all the same. And this ends up being only 5 points per serving, 4 for your tortillas, and then 1 for your cheese, and that is it. For a little special jazz, we also went ahead and added some fresh cilantro from the garden to ours, along with about 2 points of avocado. So total this meal was 7 points tonight, but obviously you could leave those items off if you would like. Bon appetit! I appreciate it if you stuck around for this video. I know I was rambling. I had dental surgery the day before filming this voiceover, so I'm on painkillers and whatnot, so my words were not with me all the time. Well, that's all the meal prep this week, friends. See y'all later. Bye.